coordinator, today's IKSC coordinator, Dr. Harjot Kaur Madam Garu, our college IKSC coordinator, and one more important, good news. Our IKSC coordinator, Dr. Harjot Kaur Madam Garu, has selected State Best Teacher Award, and today's our college organizing committee and advisory committee, technical assistants, and all the dignitaries wholeheartedly welcoming you. Now I would like to invite our today's patron, Dr. Yamsani Satyanarayana Garu, principal of our college. Please welcome, sir, and give a brief message regarding of today's webinar. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to all my dear participants and organizer, Dr. Padala Tirupathi Garu, and our keynote speaker, Honorable IAS and Dr. Chakrapani Garu, retired Commissioner of Farmer and United Andhra Pradesh, and our Vice Principal, Mosquito Repellents, Madam, and IKSC Coordinator, Dr. Harjot Kaur, and tomorrow she will receive the Best Teacher Award, and Dr. Satyaprakash.
Mrs. Bharati Garu, can you mute all others except those who are speaking? Yeah. Satyanarayana Garu, you are muted.
Oh, sorry. Welcome to all. Our organizer, Dr. Padala Tirupathi Garu, and for this webinar, mainly helping of Dr. Chakrapani Garu, IAS, retired Commissioner of Intermediate Education of United Andhra Pradesh, and our Vice Principal Madam, Masroor Madam Garu, IKSC Coordinator, Harjot Madam Garu, Dr. Kiranmai Garu, Dr. Satyaprakash Garu, Sri Srinivas Reddy Garu, and Dr. Jyoti Lakshmi Garu, and our beloved PGCTA State Secretary, K. Surendra Reddy Garu, and K. Ravindra Reddy Garu, Government Junior College Girls Principal Karimnagar, and K. Venkateshwar Garu, Garden Principal Garu, and Anjaney Rao Sir, Manakondur Principal Garu, and other participants. Welcome to all. Today's webinar is National Webinar on 21st Century Teacher Role and Responsibility, Problems and Prospectus on the occasion of Teachers' Day. Before that, just I will speak about our beloved and Honorable Commissioner, Retired Intermediate Education, Chakrapani Garu. Sir, మేము మీ కంట్రోల్లో మేము పనిచేసాం సార్. మీరు కమిషనర్ గా ఉన్నప్పుడు నేను హుజరాబాద్ జూనియర్ కళాశాలలో పనిచేశాను సార్. హుజరాబాద్ జూనియర్ కళాశాలలో మీరు విజిట్ కి వచ్చినప్పుడు కాలేజీల పరిరక్షణ కోసం మీరు తీసుకున్న చర్యలు చాలా బాగా ఉండే. అప్పుడు మన యొక్క కాలేజ్ భూమి కొంతవరకు ఆక్రమణకు గురైతే దాన్ని ప్రత్యేకంగా కూడా మీరు విజిట్ చేశారు సార్. అప్పుడు మీ ఎంబడి ఉండి నేను మీతో ఈ యొక్క ప్రాబ్లం మీతో విన్నవించుకోవడం జరిగింది సార్. అలాంటి దాన్ని మీరు అనేక రకాలైనటువంటి చర్యల వల్ల ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ చాలా బలోపేతం చేశారు సార్. ఈనాటికి అలా నడుస్తున్నాయంటే కారణం మీరే అని ఇప్పటికీ కూడా మేము ఎప్పుడు కూడా గుర్తు చేస్తుంటాం సార్. మరి మీ చర్యల వల్లనే మరి ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్య ఇలా ఇప్పుడు ఇంకా అభివృద్ధి దశలో కొనసాగుతుందని మరి చెప్పకనే చెప్పొచ్చు సార్. మరి అలాంటి యొక్క కృషి మరి చాలా చాలా మంచి. అది తర్వాత ప్రమోషన్ పై మేము డిగ్రీ కళాశాలకు వచ్చిన తదుపరి మరి ఇప్పుడున్నటువంటి మా హానరబుల్ కమిషనర్ నవీన్ మిట్టల్ గారు కూడా డిగ్రీ కళాశాల అభివృద్ధికి చాలా చాలా చర్యలు తీసుకున్నారు. ఉన్నత విద్యలో మరి పేరొందాలనేటువంటి మరి నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో గుర్తింపు తీసుకురావడానికి అనేక కళాశాలలు గుర్తింపు తీసుకెళ్తున్నారు. తర్వాత ఏ నిధులు కానీ తక్షణమే విడుదల చేయడం కానీ అభివృద్ధి కార్యక్రమాలు చేయడం కానీ ఇలాంటివన్నీ చేస్తున్నందు వల్ల మరి డిగ్రీ కళాశాలలు కూడా ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతం ఉన్నటువంటి కమిషనర్ గారు బలోపేతం చేస్తున్నారు. మరి చాలా చాలా మేము సంతోషంగా ఉన్నాము. అప్పుడు మీరు చేసినటువంటి చర్యలు, ఇప్పుడు మా కమిషనర్ గారు చేస్తున్నటువంటి చర్యల వల్ల మరి చాలా అభివృద్ధిలోకి వస్తుందని ఆకాంక్షిస్తూ, మరి విద్య ఇంకా అభివృద్ధి చెందాలనేటువంటిది, ఉన్నత విద్యా విభాగం కూడా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతుందని ఆశిస్తూ 2 మాటలు ఈ యొక్క టీచర్ రోల్ గురించి కూడా నేను మీ ముందు ఉంచుతాను సార్. Now, teachers are facilitators of the learning. The focus of the 21st century teacher is on student by developing higher order thinking skills, effective communication, collaboration, and other skills that they need in the 21st century. The teacher must develop new teaching strategies that are radically different. 5 most important role of teachers in the 21st century is resource. One of the top role of the teacher must fill that of a resource specialist and support. Students are the ones who need support when learning a new skill or pieces of information. And he also acts as mentor, and he has helping hands, and he is a learner. ఎప్పుడు ఆల్వేస్ లర్నర్. అంటే ఈనాడు ఉన్నటువంటి విద్యా విధానాన్ని మరి అనేక రకాలైనటువంటి మార్పులకు లోనటువంటి విద్యా విధానము మరి ఇంకా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతూ, విద్యార్థులకు మరి యొక్క విద్యను అభివృద్ధి చేయడానికి అనేక రకాల చర్యలు తీసుకుంటూ, విద్య అనేక రకాల మార్పులకు లోనవుతూ, వేదకాలం నాటి విద్య మరి ఈనాడు ఉన్నటువంటి విద్యా విధానానికి మార్పులు చెందుతూ ఇంకా అభివృద్ధి దశల్లోకి వెళ్ళాలనేటువంటి ప్రయత్నాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. మరి మొన్నటి కరోనా సమయంలో కూడా కొత్త టెక్నాలజీ ఉపయోగించి మరి ఇంటి వద్దనే ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్, చిన్న పిల్లలు ఎల్కేజీ యూకేజీ నుండి మొదలెడితే హయ్యర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ వరకు కూడా ఈ యొక్క ఆన్లైన్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ చాలా సపోర్ట్ చేసింది. మరి ఉన్నటువంటి అన్ని రకాలైనటువంటి టెక్నాలజీ ఉపయోగించుకొని కొత్త కొత్త విద్యా విధానాలను అమలు పరుస్తూ మరి ఉన్నత స్థాయిలోకి వెళుతూ ఉంది. ఇంకా వెళ్ళాలని ఆకాంక్షిస్తూ నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చినటువంటి అందరికీ కూడా కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేస్తూ ముగిస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Thank you very much, sir. Says regarding of today's national webinar, sir. Really, contemporary issue-based education and the recent trends we have to modified, metamorphosize on the based on the need, necessary and needs of the students. Thank you very much, sir. Now, I would like to invite today's co-patron of webinar, Dr. Masroor Sultana Madam Garu, Vice Principal of our college. Please welcome, Madam, and give a brief message regarding of national webinar.
Thank you, Padala Tirupathy, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Madam. Yes, Madam.
Oh, respected principal of our college, Dr. Y. Satyanarayana, sir. Convener of this webinar, Sri G. Chandra, sir, from the Botany Department. Keynote speaker of today's national webinar, Honorable Sri Dr. D. Chakrapani, sir, retired IAS officer, former Commissioner of Intermediate Education, Andhra Pradesh, all other dignitaries and my dear students. Good morning to all and hearty welcome to this webinar and happy Teachers Day in advance. Teachers are always responsible for shaping a child's future, making them a better human being. A teacher imparts knowledge, good values, tradition, modern day challenges and ways to resolve them within students. Teachers can change lives with the right mix of chalk and challenges. The 21st century is a rapidly changing one in every dimension of human, economically, socially, technologically. So due to these rapid changes, educationists, policymakers, and teachers are facing complex problems. In this connection, I think this webinar is beneficial to the experienced teachers and beginners to face the 21st century challenges and problems. On the eve of Teachers' Day, this is the best way to improve ourselves. For that, I congratulate the organizers and I wish the success of this webinar. Thank you, Padala Tirupathi, sir. Over to our organizers.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you. A brief message quotes the entire the goal of today's national webinar, Madam. Really, thank you very much, Madam. Thank you very much your encouragement and motivation for organizing such a this type of program. Thank you very much, Madam. Now I would like to invite today's IKSC coordinator of our college and one more important note is that happy to express our college best teacher, state level best teacher, madam has selected from our college just because of we are posing or imposing a number of new methods regarding of academic side and also all type of activities going on our college. So, madam, please welcome Dr. Harjot Kaur Madam Garu. Dr. Harjot Kaur Madam Garu. Okay, Madam is unable to join, sir, because of Madam is maybe traveling to the Hyderabad. And also today's convener, Dr. G. Chandra sir, also is unable to join. Now I would like to invite Dr. K. Kiranmai Madam Garu. Please introduce one of the eminent personality, a light and dynamic personality, whoever dynamic and inspiring personality of today's keynote speaker, Dr. D. Chakrapani Garu. Really, never before, ever after. It's a proven quote. Really, this is a wonderful opportunity for organizing this webinar just because of our today's keynote speaker, Dr. D. Chakrapani Garu, IAS Garu, really inspiring to the younger generations like me and Dr. K. Kiranmai Madam Garu. Please welcome and give a wonderful introduction of our today's keynote speaker. Madam, please welcome.
Sir, thank you, sir. Respected Principal, sir, Dr. Y.S. Satyanarayana Garu, Vice Principal Madam, Sri Mashrur Sultana Garu, and all the other dignitaries of this session. Good morning, one and all. So happy Teachers' Day in advance. This is Dr. K. Kiranmai, lecturer in zoology, Government Degree College for Women, JAGTIAL. It's greatest pleasure for me to introduce our keynote speaker today, who is going to talk to us about the 21st century teacher's role, responsibility, problems, and prospects. Coming to our keynote speaker, I am trying to give brief introduction about Sri D. Chakrapani Garu, IAS retired. I am not eligible to introduce such a versatile legendary. Still, I feel that it's my privilege to introduce Sri D. Chakrapani Sir Garu. I could say the person is a book, dictionary, reference. In this book, every page is a person's lifetime experience. I'm a small granule trying to introduce the thousands feet of sculpture. Even I lift my head, I couldn't see his feet properly. I submit his greatness on this platform. Before that, I want to express some suitable words about keynote speaker taken from great poet Walter and Sally applies to this sculpture. It's a great honor to me, sir, to present a small poem in front of you, a tribute to the elderly. I thought upon the elderly and whispered a prayer, giving thanks to God for their sojourn here. Such a kind and gentle souls from generations ago, what they are to us, they will never know. A sure and beaten path, a guide along the way, the dedicated laborer who's now olden and grey. Patriarchs and matriarchs and early pioneers, the bridge that has brought us as we have journeyed here. Soldiers of great sacrifice, treasured more than art, we honor, love, and cherish them deep within our heart. This is written by Walter and Sally, who is a great poet. Coming to about our Chakrapani sir. Sir, actually, I met when I worked in junior college, sir. We are so much inspired, sir, because of with our sincere duty, and we did so much activities, even maintain regularly students coming to our college, sir. So still also we reminding so many times while we are doing in our degree colleges also. So coming to our Chakrapani sir, it is a privilege to me to express your biodata in front of this platform. So Chakrapani IAS retired 1983 batch, presently holding the honorary positions as advisor for S2 Technology as US-based company and mentor for Jignasa website. He retired from service in July 2011 as Additional Director General, Marichenna Reddy Human Resource Development Institution, Hyderabad. After retirement, he held the posts of Director, Center for Innovations in Public Systems, a grant in aid organizations of Government of India up to 2016, and Director General of APHRD Institution of Government Andhra Pradesh up to 2019. He has held the posts of Commissioner and Director of Intermediate Education, Government of Andhra Pradesh as Secretary, Irrigation Department. He was responsible for the implementation of all irrigation projects. He was also Additional and Special Secretary Finance in charge of the monitoring and control of all externally funded projects in the Andhra Pradesh. He has attended various international programs at Washington's DC, Manila, Philippines, Thailand, Singapore, and Australia, and has been a regular visiting faculty at APRD, Hyderabad University, IIM Visakhapatnam, and at ATIS, Assam, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, SV universities, etc. He has exhaustive experience in agriculture, cooperation, irrigation, education, finance, and procurement, addressed various international programs and procurement procedures funded by the World Bank, DEA, GOI at ASCI Hyderabad. After obtaining MA English from Usmania University and Diploma in English Studies from CFEL, and after a brief stint in teaching English is one of the private colleges, joined the Andhra Pradesh State Road Transport Corporation as an officer in 1976. Subsequently, he joined the state government as a deputy collector in 1977. After being trained in Warangal, held the posts of RDO, Miryalaguda and Siddipet. Also worked as district manager, Civil Supplies Corporation, Hyderabad as district collector of Nizamabad, and vice chairman and managing director of Andhra Pradesh State Scheduled Caste Welfare Corporation, holding additional charges of posts of managing director, Andhra Pradesh Water Resource Development Corporation. He also has the distincts working with the two chief ministers, that is late N.T. Ramarao Garu and Sri N. Janardhan Reddy Garu. So it's a privilege to me to express your biodata, and it's also honor to me. And today is my most memorable day in my life because of God has blessed to me in this Ganesh Utsav. So I got an opportunity to express such a legendary. So first of all, I want to touch your feet with my head, sir. So thank you for giving the opportunity on this platform. So thank you, sir. And it's a great honor to Tirupati sir and Chakrapani sir Garu. So thank you one and all. Sir, Tirupati sir.
Madam, thank you very much. Nice introduction about our today's keynote speaker. Because of this is a little bit of in the part of our webinar. Actually, sir has done a wonderful job and inspiring job for ever changeable contemporary scenario in the system. System has already changed and proved. Really, sir, you are inspired all the younger generations. We are always thankful to you. Sir, please welcome and start the interaction and start your session, sir. Please welcome, sir. Chakrapani, sir. Dr. D. Chakrapani, sir. Garu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tirupati, and all friends, and also the principal of JAGTIAL Women's College, Government Degree College for Women. మీరందరూ చెప్పింది వింటుంటే ఇది నిజమేనేమో అనే ఒక భ్రమ కలుగుతుంది, which is not true. All of us play a little bit of a role in a historical context. కాబట్టి మనం ఏది చేసినా ఒక సామూహికమైనటువంటి కృషితోనే జరుగుతుంది. ఈ కృషిలో మనకి కొంతమందికి కొన్ని అవకాశాలు దొరుకుతాయి, కొంతమందికి దొరకవు. ఏదేమైనప్పటికీ ఈ చక్కని కార్యక్రమాన్ని ఏర్పాటు చేసి ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో నాకు కూడా ఒక అవకాశం కల్పించినందుకు మీకు అందరికీ సదా కృతజ్ఞతలు. మన యొక్క దృక్కు ఇంతకు ముందు ఏం చేశాం అనే దానికంటే ఇక ముందు ఏం చేయగలుగుతాం, ఏం చేయాలి అనే ఒక విషయం మీద మనం మనస్సు లగ్నం చేస్తే లాట్ ఆఫ్ సొల్యూషన్స్ విల్ ఎమర్జ్. All of you are kindly aware of the fact that the last 3 years have been very problematic. Humanity has passed through in an unprecedented manner a crisis which we have not seen in our life. Probably oka 100 సంవత్సరాల కిందట we had the Spanish flu, and the Spanish flu afflicted almost about 50 crores of population at that time. When the population of the world at the time of Spanish flu, that is 1918-20, was 190 crores, which means almost 25% of the world population was affected by Spanish flu. And as you know, nearly 5 to 6 crores perished in the Spanish flu, including Mahatma Gandhi, who was affected by the Spanish flu during 1980-20 period. We have also gone through this COVID, when the population of the world is about 7.8 billion, 780 crores. And the population affected is again the same number, 50. And those who died are about 65 lakhs so far. అంటే ఈ 100 సంవత్సరాల్లో మానవ జాతి సాధించిన విస్తృతమైనటువంటి ప్రగతికి the manner in which this COVID has been handled is an indication. For all the failure of our alleged failure of institutions, I think humanity has covered itself with glory in the manner in which science, medicine, technology have been coalesced to bring out the best of treatments in terms of the vaccine. The vaccine development, as you are aware, took just about 8 to 9 months as against the normal time of 10 to 15 years to develop. So, 8-9 నెలల కాలంలో ఒక వ్యాక్సిన్ ని తయారు చేసి విస్తృతంగా అడ్మినిస్టర్ చేయటం అనేది దట్స్ ద సింగిల్ మోస్ట్ కాంట్రిబ్యూషన్ మేడ్ by scientific community, doctors, and of course to a certain extent the international collaboration. I think all this has been possible thanks to enormous technological evolution, the world becoming one, and also because of certain institutions like the WHO, World Health Organization, and other epidemiological institutions which humanity has been able to build over a period of last 100 years. I'm mentioning this in some detail because unless we see the human evolution in a historical perspective and in a technological evolutionary phase, I don't think the teachers would be well equipped to handle what is likely to come. As all of you know, today the population of our country is about 138-139 crores, and it will soon go up to 150, and the population of the world will cross about 1,000 crores in the next 30-40 years. The land, which is a very finite resource, water, which again is a finite resource, are to be harnessed in a manner which are useful to the society. So the role of a teacher in ensuring that humanity conserves its resources, looks after the health of people, takes care of the economic well-being, is very, very significant. My request to all of you is, are we doing this? Are we doing this in a manner where we update our knowledge on a daily basis? Unless you update knowledge on a daily basis, I don't think we'll be equipped to handle this. And the only way we update our knowledge on a daily basis is, particularly for the teachers of sciences, to see what's happening. We have almost over 6 lakh villages in the country, and I'm sure all of you know that there are 780 districts in India. ఈ ప్రశ్నని ఈ విషయాన్ని ఎందుకు ప్రస్తావిస్తున్నానంటే, నేను గత 4-5 నెలలుగా కొన్ని కళాశాలల్ని, కొన్ని స్కూల్స్ ని విజిట్ చేయడం జరిగింది. చాలా చోట్ల ఈ ప్రశ్న వేసినప్పుడు సమాధానం రాలేదు. మన దేశంలో ఎన్ని జిల్లాలు ఉన్నాయనే ప్రశ్నకి సమాధానం రాలేదు. From both the intermediate and the degree college lecturers. So my request to you is, kindly update your knowledge. This knowledge will not be there in the textbooks. This will be there only in the Wikipedia. This will be there only if your updating is on a continuous basis. And I found that not many of the lecturers are also aware of the possibilities that are emerging in the field of newspaper reading. I have repeatedly requested the teachers to please read the English newspaper, a reputed newspaper like the Hindu, update your knowledge, and then try to introduce this English reading habit to the students. దీనికి నేను చాలా స్పష్టంగా అనేక పర్యాయాలు చెప్పింది ఏమిటంటే, the digital, you can buy any edition. The digital edition of Hindu is available for an amount of 990 rupees per year. The digital edition, e-paper, is available. In fact, there are a number of newspapers which bring out student editions, editions for youngsters, editions for school students. The other day I went to a school in Kodad, Teja school. Every high school student is given the school edition of Hindu. The school edition of Hindu, and a number of questions that I posed to the students were answered by them, which did not happen in my interaction with junior college and degree college students. Kabatti, kindly be aware of what is happening in the rest of the world. And the only way you update your knowledge is through a newspaper on the one hand, then the Wikipedia where everything is available. The third is the manner in which you are able to see what are called TED Talks. మీలో చాలా మందికి తెలిసి ఉంటుంది. TED is an international foundation, technology, entertainment and design. That's the full form of TED Talks. There are about 4,000 of them in the net, beautifully indexed according to the subjects, and these talks are varying from about 10 minutes to about 25-30 minutes. These are on different topics. So na request evidente prati lecturer garu ee TED Talks ni దృష్టిలో ఉంచుకుని చదివి విని దీన్ని మళ్ళీ they need to be able to put it before the students. I am mentioning this in some detail because I know that the students are not exposed to English. I have dealt with enough engineers during my tenures post-retirement to see that their English expression is not adequate. It doesn't stand them in good stead. We conduct a number of internship programs through the ASST.PROFESSOR, all on a purely voluntary basis. And I find that their English language needs to be substantially improved. And the only way you improve the English language is through a regular reading of the newspaper. How do you make this English newspaper available? You subscribe to a digital edition, put that digital edition in a desktop or a laptop, connect it to a projector and display on the screen in a classroom or in a library or in a reading room or in your computer labs. I am sure most colleges have well-equipped computer labs, isn't it? Avuna kada? Can somebody tell me whether their computer labs are fully functional? Can we ask Dr. Kiran Mai? Dr. Kiran Mai garu?
Yeah, they are functioning, sir.
They are functioning.
They are functioning.
And how many computers are there?
Yes, yes, yes.
In each college, how many computers
In
do
our
there? Minimum?
department, we have
Hello?
approximately 50 to 100 in each college.
50 to 100. Good.
Hello, computers
Yes,
in each
please.
college. Yeah.
So, prati college lo 50 to 100 computers in the dasalo. It's very easy for you to just subscribe to the Hindu e-edition or Times of India e-edition or whatever e-edition, put it in a desktop and then screen it so that 40 to 50 students can sit and read. But this needs an initial facilitation by a librarian, by an IT personnel, or by the computer teacher himself. Is it possible, sir?
Yeah.
Is it possible to do so?
100% possible.
Hello? Can I have some
Are you
reactions?
able to hear my?
Yeah, I'm able to hear
Are you?
you.
Yeah. It is 100% possible, sir. What you said is.
So, now request entante, this is the first step for the transformation of the student. You know, I went the other day to a college in Bhimavaram, an engineering college.
Yes.
There are 8 Bhimavaram, as you know, is a separate district now, but earlier part of West Godavari. There were 1,800 computers in that college. It's a private college. 1,800 computers. Every student can work on the computer at any point of time. That's why I have seen that the performance of the students in the residential institutions is far better because they have access to the library, they have access to the reading room, they have access to the teacher, they have access to the computers at any point of time. Kabatti, mana daggara unna infrastructure ni పూర్తిగా వినియోగించుకుంటూ మనం పిల్లలకి ఇటువంటి అవకాశాలను కల్పించాలని that's what I would think, and I think we are charged with the responsibility. I have seen this happening in the last 5 to 10 years, you know, in some of the institutions, and they have done very well. And they have been able to throw up, as you know, today, either for taking the civil services examinations or for accessing the scientific developments, you need to have access to the latest information, technology, etc. Can anybody from this group tell me how many CSIR institutions are available? CSIR labs are available in the country. Council of Scientific and Industrial Research labs are available. Can anybody mention? Science teachers.
Sir?
How many CSIR labs are available in the country?
Nearly 50, exactly 54 or 50. Something.
You see, there are 37 CSIR labs all over the country right now. And these 37 CSIR labs have again another 38 outreach centers. Outreach centers. Some of you would have seen these labs. And these labs are in chemistry, chemical technology, chemistry, chemical biology, physics, drug research, then medicinal and aromatic plants. You have engineering
Plastic,
labs.
CLRI. Yeah.
Or yes, CLRI, then leather technology. So my next request would be me subjects meraki ఈ CSIR labs గురించి అవగాహన ఏర్పరచుకుని ఆ CSIR labs లో జరుగుతున్న కృషిని మన పిల్లలకి చెప్పటం. That's the way we open up their thinking. You know, I'm again at the point where not many science teachers are aware of the work being done in the CSIR labs. Not many. Such wonderful work has been done at the CCMB, and the IICT in the recent past. And if you want, I can facilitate the connectivity between the CSIR labs and the educational institutions. We can touch base, we can connect to IICT, CCMB, NIST of Jorhat, or National Physical Laboratory of Delhi, or Indian Institute of Chemical Biology of Calcutta, etc. NCL Pune, then CDRI Lucknow, medicinal and aromatic plants, and then a host of other institutions, including the DRDO labs, the Defense Research Development Labs. These are also there, about 50 of them all over the country. Ivanni enduku cheptunanante today we need to open up the students' horizon. We need to open up the vision of the students. Services to part, civil services to part, ఇటువంటి అవకాశాలు మనకి ఉన్నాయి అనే ఒక స్పృహని వాళ్ళకి కలిగించినట్టయితే I think we'll be doing justice to our jobs. I've seen this happening in some of the good institutions. In fact, I had the opportunity of addressing some of the CBSE schools in a meeting at IIM Vizag about 3 years back. Most of the headmasters of the CBSE schools, which is again a Government of India pattern, they have been doing research. They are people with a research background. Kabatti, there is a need to integrate this research and its application to our own conditions. The former director of CCMB, who is incidentally from Karimnagar district, Dr. Mohan Rao. Some of you would have heard of the name of Dr. Mohan Rao. Vinnara? Any of you?
We heard his name. We have seen many times.
Right. He has made an excellent presentation on the scientific developments in this country in the last 75 years. And are you part of the SCOPE project, Principal Garu, Satyanarayan Garu? Are you? You are muted. Satyanarayan Garu, you are muted.
Yes. Unmute now. Now unmute.
Yeah. Are you part of
Unmute
the
చేశాను
SCOPE?
సార్.
Are you part of the SCOPE project?
Yes,
SCOPE,
yes, sir.
SCOPE.
No,
in
sir.
fact,
No, sir. ఇప్పుడు లేదు సార్.
No,
లేదు
my
సార్. అందులో
request,
part లేదు.
all right. My request then would be the SCOPE project is a project launched by Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, with the participation of NIT Warangal, Professor Lakshma Reddy is the person.
Oh, sir.
NIT Warangal, Professor Lakshma Reddy and Mr. Ramchandraya are from Warangal NIT. They are part of this project. As part of this SCOPE project, they have conducted so far about 50 webinars. 50 webinars, they are all available in the net. So my request to you would be, and to your science teachers, is ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ద్వారా ఏవైతే అంశాలని ప్రస్తావించడం జరిగిందో ఏ అంశాలని వాళ్ళు ప్రజల యొక్క పరిధిలోకి తీసుకువెళ్తున్నారో సైన్స్ కి సంబంధించిన అంశాలని వాటన్నిటిని విస్తృతంగా మనం ప్రజల్లోకి పిల్లల్లోకి తీసుకువెళ్ళవలసిన అవసరం ఉంది. I am sure some of your teachers would have heard of the ONDC, the Commerce and Economic Lecturers. Have you heard of ONDC, sir? Any of you? And if you have heard of that, I'd be delighted to know what is your understanding of ONDC? Any of you? ONDC is the platform launched by the Government of India, Open Network of Digital Commerce. That is the full title. Open Network of Digital Commerce. The purpose of this platform is there is a feeling among lakhs of traders in this country that they are left out of this e-commerce. And the e-commerce is dominated by people like, let's say, companies like Zomato,
Amazon,
Flipkart, and then Amazon and Swiggy, etc. So realizing this, Government of India have launched ONDC, Open Network of Digital Commerce. All this is already available at 18 places in the country, and it is being extended to the remaining places. All the small traders can become members of the ONDC. And the advantage, it's a free open network platform. The advantage of this is a trader in your own village, a trader who is in your own street corner can supply the goods and services through this platform. And this can be delivered at the doorstep of the consumer. This is going to revolutionize, if it is properly followed up, this is going to revolutionize the manner in which trade and commerce is carried on in this country. So it is time that our teachers, our students become familiar, and the awareness of the students and teachers about these concepts can also be propagated through the community development programs, through the NSS. NSS is precisely a community development program, National Service Scheme, that when they participate in this, the students can be asked to go and take up the registration of these vendors, take up and also gather the particulars relating to how many people in a village have smartphones. Of course, in Telangana, you don't have a proper structure at the village level, but in Andhra Pradesh, you have what is called the Grama Panchayat Secretariat or the Ward Secretariat. At the Grama Panchayat Secretariat, you have 10 functionaries, including a digital assistant, at the village level. So this digital assistant, if you have somebody, or if you can rename some of the village level functionaries as a digital assistant, he or she can be charged with the data relating to the availability of smartphones, and that is going to be a great data. Principal Garu, do you think it's possible to connect some of these dots and ask your students to start preparing this data of who are all people who have smartphones in the village, prepare the database and connect them. And connect them with also the ONDC platform. Do you think it's possible, sir?
Okay, we will try, sir.
On a pilot basis. Correct. Pilot basis lo aina konni cheyadam modalu pedithe manaku dantlo unna kashta nashtalu telustayi, and then we can improve upon them. Mr. Lakshmareddy garu, I see you. Can you kindly throw some light on some of these things?
Sir, I'm Dr. Bahuguna here, sir.
Bahuguna, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, I'm using Lakshmareddy, this computer here.
Right. No, do you think these are workable?
Yeah, 100%, sir. You are giving a lot of light on this availability. Even I don't know all these facilities. I want to put a digital lab in my village. Now you have given a lot of information inputs so that I am encouraged. Great. That is why I've opened my video here.
Yeah. I saw your face is familiar, but Lakshmareddy also.
Yes,
okay.
Sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Now I see the point I'm making is today the world is in your palm. The world is in your hand. It's not even desktop or laptop. The world is in your palm. And you know, our mobile penetration, the mobile has almost taken over most of our lives from morning to evening. Assuming this, it is necessary that we integrate them into our functioning, ensure that all related items are carried on, and particularly the developments in health and education are taken to their next higher levels. You know, once you have the metaverse, I think all the lecturers are familiar with metaverse. Computer lecturers are there. Any computer lecturers, sir? I'm sure there must be some computer lecturer.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
So we are requesting you, sir. Please, sir, please with our respected keynote speaker, sir.
Yeah.
All the dignitaries, please interact our keynote speaker.
If you can raise your hands, we can request we can request the host to unmute you, and then we would have your, you see, this is an interactive session. Unfortunately, it's a virtual interaction. So there's no way I can see unless you raise your hand. Bharti garu, you are able to see any hands raised? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Are you able to see any hands raised?
No, sir.
Is it very strategic or right?
But
now,
they can unmute their mics and they can speak, sir.
Yeah, and then all of them can unmute.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you kindly introduce yourself?
Sir.
Huh?
Edama Srinivas Reddy, sir. Edama Srinivas Reddy, sir.
Yeah, Srinivas Reddy, kindly introduce yourself and speak, sir.
So he is one of the eminent faculty, sir.
Right. Ekkada JAGTIAL?
No, sir. No, sir. Edama Srinivas Reddy, sir, from KDC Varangal, sir. Kakatiya Degree College from Varangal.
Yeah, I studied in Varangal for 4 years, sir. My schooling was in Varangal. Okay. Right. Please go ahead, Srinivas Reddy garu. Can you tell us about this metaverse? Srinivas Reddy garu. ఈ మెటావర్స్ దాని యొక్క ఇంప్లికేషన్స్ గురించి ఏమన్నా చెప్పగలుగుతారా? హలో, any other person would like to throw light on this? Metaverse is the next stage of 5G introduction, and you are virtually transported into the place where you would like to buy or you would like to tour. You have a feeling that you are virtually in the other place, and this metaverse is facilitated by the 5G. So all the persons who want to make some changes into their teaching should be familiar with the metaverse. So my request to you would be, request the convener of SCOPE, the Society for the Communication of Science, that in brief is the project objective. Please get in touch with Dr. Lakshma Reddy. Find a good speaker on metaverse, including the director, Dr. Raman Rao of NIT Varangal, and see that you get a good presentation. And after that, how do you integrate it into your own teaching? So these are exciting times. You see, all that I would like to say is that the student today is far better informed than the student of my generation. We didn't have the advantages of any of them. It was taking almost 24 hours to reach a distance of 25 kilometers. When I was RDO Miryalguda, I was taking as much as 24 hours to get a telephone call from Miryalguda to Huzur Nagar, a distance of 27 kilometers. Today, you are able to reach out to the other worlds. You are able to reach out to Mars. You are able to reach out to the moon in a matter of seconds. Given this enormous opportunity, I think we need to open up the minds of students. Healthcare. In fact, there is a prediction by Wall Street Journal saying that all travel relating to healthcare will almost be coming to an end in another 20 years. All travel, which means you don't have to travel at all for your healthcare. You will get healthcare where you are through the digital method, including surgeries. Robotic surgeries will be performed where you are staying. So this is the kind of opportunity that is opening up for the entire education and healthcare sectors. And there are tremendous possibilities which are also getting opened. For instance, most of you have heard of IISC, Indian Institute of Sciences. Where is it, sir? Indian Institute of Sciences? Can somebody tell me?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. When was it established? When was the Indian Institute of Sciences established? Any guess, sir? And who are the originators? Who are the persons who are responsible for the establishment of the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bangalore?
Tata's families.
Tata family is very good. Who is that?
Around 100 years back.
But very good. Who is that? Who is the person who is speaking?
I am Dr. K. Prasad, sir. K. Prasad.
Doctor?
K. Prasad. I am the MBA faculty in BITS College, Balaji, Varangal.
Very good.
Yes,
BITS College, which place, sir?
Narsampet, sir, near Varangal.
Narsampet. Very good. Now, the origin of IASC Bangalore is, it is traced to a chance conversation between Jamshedji Tata and Swami Vivekananda in the late 1890s. Jamshedji wanted the steel industry to be brought to this country. He was discussing this issue in detail. After about 10 years, Tata writes a letter to Swami Vivekananda seeking his blessings for establishing a science institution which is based on research relating to industrial and other subjects. And Swami Vivekananda, the visionary that he was, he blessed the idea and gave solid support. Immediately, a committee was formed with the then Nobel Prize winner in chemistry, and this committee recommended the establishment of the Indian Institute of Sciences, Bangalore. And this came, as our friend has rightly pointed out, in 1909. And this came with the support of 375 acres of land given by the Maharaja of Mysore, with a grant of 50 lakhs as capital grant and another 5 lakhs as recurring expenditure. You'd be interested in knowing that the Nizam of Hyderabad also has contributed an amount of about 5 lakhs over a period of 15-20 years for the recurring expenditure of the Indian Institute of Sciences. And today, we are recollecting the contribution of the Indian Institute of Sciences because that's the most premier scientific institution this country has, and it's recognized the world over. And what is more important is a lot of interdisciplinary studies are being taken up at this institute. Recently, the owners of Mindtree, the Bakchis and the Parthasaradhis, two couples, have contributed 425 crores for setting up an 800-bed hospital, and also for the award of a dual degree which is a combination of MD and PhD. MD and PhD, which means that all the silos relating to subjects are getting dismantled. There is no longer a clear distinction between one wing and another. Most of the courses will get interdisciplinary flavor in the next 15-20 years. You would have already noticed that two IITs have established medical schools, which means an engineering institution is establishing a medical school because of the enormous interconnectivity, interdisciplinary nature of the subjects. Today, no doctor can function without an adequate knowledge of, on the one hand, science, and on the other hand, technology. So much of medical treatment, healthcare is intermingled with science and technology. Data, artificial intelligence, data science has come to play a very important role. అందువల్ల మనం ఇదివరకు traditional subjects అన్ని కూడా their distinctions are getting blurred. The difference between science and technology, difference between science and engineering, difference between science and medicine is also getting obliterated in a way. Kabatti, we need to understand the significant manner in which institutions of excellence are moving forward. I don't think there should be any difference. All of you, or most of you, have the experience of working with autonomous institutions. And some of you are already working perhaps in autonomous institutions. Are there any who are working in autonomous institutions in this group who have joined so far? Any autonomous colleges, sir?
Excuse me, sir. Good
Yeah.
morning, sir. I am Dr. Achita, Principal RBVR Women's College, Narayanguda, Hyderabad, sir. Ours
Right.
is autonomous institution.
Right. Have you already introduced, Madam Achyuta Garu? Have you already introduced any interdisciplinary courses combining technology, science, etc.? Do you
No,
think it's
sir.
possible?
We are affiliated. Sir, pardon, sir. We are affiliated to Usmania University. We cannot deviate the rules and regulations of our parent university, sir.
I agree, but did you make an attempt? Have you started making an attempt? Did you send up a proposal? In the first instance, I consider it is unnecessary for the university to get into this. But anyway, be that as it may, మీరు ఏమన్నా proposals పంపించారా? Are you contemplating any?
Sir, this is good idea, sir. I will try my level best, sir.
Right. See, the point is, kindly pardon my saying this. Even God helps those who help themselves. Unless we start kicking in. I told an international gathering the other day, they were also very frustrated because of the bureaucratic and political interference in the institutions, like people in Egypt, let's say Kenya, they all feel frustrated. I said, bring changes like the water under a mat. When somebody introduces, somebody brings in somebody raises an objection, then you can always answer. So nothing can come in. In fact, Mokshagunam Vishweswaraya, who is an outstanding engineer, he was associated with the starting of a number of institutions all over Karnataka. Kabatti, unless we bring in changes, you see, you are the best persons to bring in. Nobody can bring in a change except the teacher in this country. Ona kada, kindly tell us.
Yes.
You are
Yes,
the
sir.
persons
Yes,
who are controlling the minds and ethos and ethics of students. Nobody can command respect among the society than a teacher. ఒక టీచర్ చెప్పారంటే ఆ టీచర్ యొక్క ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ లైఫ్ లాంగ్ పిల్లల మీద ఉంటుంది. అవునా కాదా? Kindly tell me. The kind of respect that a teacher commands today is phenomenal. Kabatti, you bring in a change, make a proposal, see whether it can work or not, and I'm sure it works. All changes have to make somewhere. Transformation can only come in with a certain amount of positive attitude. There will be obstacles, there will be bureaucrats like us who will be coming in the way now and then, but then you'll have to overcome them. When I started going around the colleges, sanctioning the special fee accumulations, nunchi aa college edi kavalante adi, sir, somebody told me in my office, sir, idantha rules vyatirekam. I said, the office will follow the officer. The office is where the officer is. In fact, I remember Karimnagar Degree College. Anybody from Karimnagar Degree College? Is there anybody from Karimnagar? Karimnagar, I remember during my additional charge as Commissioner College Education, I sanctioned a 60 lakh worth of compound wall because the land was being encroached. Similarly, Rajamundry, I don't think there is anybody from Rajamundry. Rajamundry, Anantapur, all these degree colleges had huge land. And the land was getting encroached. I sanctioned on the spot when I went there to please go ahead and construct compound walls in Chapter. It may be a violation in the strict sense of the term, but that was what was needed at that point of time to protect its assets. So similarly, my request to the teachers in the colleges is, please play the role of a mentor. You are a very respected, highly respected person in the society, but kindly mentor the junior colleges, and the junior lecturer will have to mentor the students of the degree colleges. There has to be an automatic mentoring process, and if there are technical institutions in the vicinity, please go to them, see what facilities they have. If you need some facility, these facilities can also be made available at those places. Hello? Somebody wants to say something? Right. Consider yourself as a mentor, an institutional mentor, not as an individual. There is a degree college. How much of mentoring that degree college is doing it to a junior college? Similarly, how much of junior college mentoring is done by, how much of junior college time is being spent in mentoring a high school? Similarly, I find that you have IIIT in Boston. I do not know whether the students of Nizamabad high schools, the students of Adilabad high schools have been taken to that IIIT. I was associated with the construction of buildings for the IIIT Basa during my tenure, very brief tenure as MD of the Health Corporation. Are we taking
submission, sir?
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Lakshma Reddy, sir.
Lakshma Reddy, Chapandi.
Good morning, sir. We are implementing, sir, already what you are doing. AMC, Academic Monitoring Cell, you started in intermediate education, sir.
Yes.
That is your project, sir. We are successfully implementing, sir.
Good. Would you like to explain to one or two of them as to what this academic guidance
Yes,
and
sir.
monitoring cell?
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Chapandi Lakshma Reddy garu. Nenu maatladakante meer maatladam uchitanga untundi.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. No issues. Sir, good morning, all of you, sir, madams. Commissioner of Intermediate Education ga ma Chakrapani sir పనిచేసినప్పుడు ఆ రోజుల్లో సక్సెస్ఫుల్ గా అకాడమిక్ గైడెన్స్ అండ్ మానిటరింగ్ సెల్ అని ఒకటి ఏర్పాటు చేశారు. స్టేట్ లెవెల్, డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లెవెల్ అండ్ కాలేజ్ లెవెల్. అండ్ కాలేజ్ లెవెల్లో ఒక అకాడమిక్ ఆఫీసర్ గా ఒక సబ్జెక్ట్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ సీనియర్ మోస్ట్ అతన్ని మెంటర్ గా అక్కడ ఆయనకు అపాయింట్ చేశారు. ఆయన హీ విల్ గైడ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ టు ఎవ్రీబడి. అట్లాగే ఆయన స్కూల్స్ కాలేజెస్ కి మానిటరింగ్ చేసేవారు, అంటే కోఆర్డినేట్ చేసేవాడు. స్పెషల్ క్లాసెస్, గెస్ట్ లెక్చరర్స్ ఇప్పించేవాడు. తర్వాత అకాడమిక్ న్యూ ట్రెండ్స్, ట్రైనింగ్స్ విషయంలో కానీ లేకపోతే పిల్లలకు మెంటరింగ్ విషయంలో కానీ మొత్తం అతనే చూసేవాడు. వీక్లీ ఒక మీటింగ్ డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ లెవెల్లో ఆర్గనైజ్ చేసేవారు. అట్లాగే స్టేట్ లెవెల్లో కూడా మేము రివ్యూ చేసేవాళ్ళం. ఎవ్రీ మంత్ ది ప్రెసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ది ఆనరబుల్ కమిషనర్ గారు మేము ఆర్గనైజ్ చేసేవారం ఈ కార్యక్రమాలు. దాంతో మనకు మంచి అడ్మిషన్స్ వచ్చేది, మంచి రిజల్ట్ వచ్చేది, మంచి పేరు వచ్చేది కాలేజీకి. ఈ కాలేజ్ మంచి డిసిప్లిన్డ్, మంచి డిగ్నిటీగా ఉంటున్నారు స్టాఫ్, కానీ పిల్లలు రెగ్యులర్ గా వస్తున్నారు, పంక్చువాలిటీ మెయింటైన్ చేస్తున్నారు.
అని ప్రతి ఒక్కరు మన కాలేజెస్ మీద స్పెషల్ ఫోకస్ పెట్టి పిల్లలందరూ మంచి రిజల్ట్ తీసుకొచ్చేవారు ఆ పీరియడ్ లో. దెన్ రాను రాను అది కొద్దిగా డైల్యూట్ అయిపోయింది ఆ వ్యవస్థ, బికాస్ ఆఫ్ షార్ట్ ఫాల్ ఆఫ్ స్టాఫ్ అనుకోండి, షార్ట్ ఫాల్ ఆఫ్ ఫండ్స్ అనుకోండి. ఏదైనా ప్రోగ్రామ్ చేయాలంటే మనకు ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఇన్వాల్వ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ కమిట్మెంట్. దాంతో మనం కొద్దిగా వెనుకబడి ఉన్నాము. డెఫినెట్ గా ఈ మీరు చేపట్టిన ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్, ఈ స్కీమ్ ద్వారా మేము కాలేజెస్ లో మళ్ళీ ఇది హిస్టరీ రిపీట్స్ అని నిరూపిస్తాం. ఆల్రెడీ స్టార్ట్ చేసాం సార్. ఇది ఈ కార్యక్రమాన్ని మీతో ఇంకా ముందుకు తీసుకెళ్లే ప్రయత్నం చేస్తాం సార్, విత్ ది పర్మిషన్ ఆఫ్ అవర్ ఆనరబుల్ కమిషనర్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
Thank you. Now, the point I'm trying to submit for your consideration is, మనం చిన్న చిన్న స్టెప్స్ ద్వారా మొదలు పెడితే it will have an effect. For instance, I discussed the issue with the Commissioner of Intermediate Education, Andhra Pradesh, the other day on 23rd of last month. I requested him to initiate a process where the digital edition of newspapers is purchased. And then immediately, I think I understand in the last 2-3 days, they have taken a decision to subscribe to the digital edition of the Hindu. So you just imagine, oka college lo oka digital edition unte at any time 40 mandi pillalaki chadukodaniki veelutundi. Similarly, the Hindu has a science and technology page, and then the manner in which the articles or subjects are indexed is phenomenal. Our digital edition class lo చదివిస్తూ చదువుకున్న అంశాలు వాళ్ళు రాయటం మొదలు పెడితే ప్రతిరోజు ఒక 3 నుంచి 5 కొత్త పదాలని నేర్చుకుంటే, ఇంగ్లీష్ పదాలని, ఆ నేర్చుకున్న పదాలని వాళ్ళ ఓన్ సెంటెన్సెస్ లో రాయటం మొదలు పెడితే they would improve their vocabulary by about 1800 words in a matter of 1 year. And then you can imagine how they will be able to articulate. Encourage them to speak, form them into smaller groups within the class. వాళ్ళు తప్పు మాట్లాడినా పర్వాలేదు. In fact, I tell the students whenever I interact with them, you stand up on a bench and start speaking on whatever subject is to your liking, English lo. The only way you learn is through your mistakes. You know, in fact, Abdul Kalam, you would know that 1 or 2 of his attempts, they did not succeed, but he, in spite of the failures that he got in the launching of technology, in the launching of rockets, he was able to overcome them because he received admirable support from his boss, Vikram Sarabhai, and then he was able to make the dent that he did in terms of the various aspects. Kabatti, train the students to face up to failures. Failures are normal processes in a human being. Nannu kuda annaru kada, when I was commissioner should go back and chepparu because of the steps that we introduced. But the same lecturers, after 1 year, 1.5 years, they lent their solid support to a number of steps being taken by us. So it means that they've seen the efficacy of the steps being initiated for the general good of the people. They've seen, this also would mean that you need tenures. And most of the teachers have tenures. Tenures are a problem of the bureaucrats. For us, we are like Siberian birds. I always compare myself, IAS officers, with Siberian birds. కాబట్టి మాకుండే సమస్య మీకు లేదు. ఒక 3-4 సంవత్సరాలు ఒక కళాశాలలో సాధారణంగా ఉంటారు. So make full use of that presence in your college. Get involved with the student. Get involved with the emotional, his or her emotional evolution. Empower them. Take them into your fold. Give them the option of communicating with you. I do not think there should be any difficulty in formulating groups, email groups in a constitute chesi, email groups dwara or even WhatsApp group dwara you can circulate a lot of information. A lot of data can be shared. If somebody reads something, ask them to put it in the group. There are so many items which are, in fact, knowledge explosion is phenomenal. We are not able to keep pace with the knowledge explosion that's taking place in the world. Now, ఈ knowledge explosion ని మనం పిల్లలకి అనుగుణంగా తయారు చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం ఉంది. That can be done very effectively through electronic media. You can have emails, you can have group mails, you can have group mails on the basis of subjects, you can have group mails on the basis of commonality of interest, you can have group mails on the basis of commerce, on the basis of arts, etc. Now, ఈ రోజుల్లో civil service preparation is entirely focused on general knowledge, logic, comprehension, and sequential thinking. Any civil service examination, they do not look to your depth of knowledge. All that an examiner will do is to see whether you are basically, whether you understood the issue, whether you are able to see it on both the sides, whether you are able to see both sides of the coin, and whether you are sequential and logical in your thinking. Idi ganaka cheste, I think we will be enabling a lot of these boys and girls. I'm not saying they'll all get selected in the All India services, or in the central civil services, or in the state service. But the very process of preparation is a transformative process for these boys and girls. As you know, something like 6 lakhs of students take the examination every year. 6 lakhs. And 6 lakshal mandilo civil service examination lo select ayye vari sankhya is just about 1000. Ee 6 lakshal mandilo 1000 mandi select avutunnarante what happens to the remaining? They have to fend for themselves. Kabatti ee migilina vallaki ఈ 6 లక్షల్లో సెలెక్ట్ అవగా మిగిలిన వాళ్ళకి we need to empower them. The very process of making them go through this preparation of reading a newspaper, finding out new words, exposing them to their own sentence construction, writing them the gist of what they have read on a particular day, preparing an index, repeatedly going back to what they have written. Then chala civil service coachings lo chusaru, coaching sessions lo oka 6 నెలల కిందట రాసిన సమాచారం పిల్లలు మర్చిపోతున్నారు because of various issues. So the only way they remember is to repeatedly go through. See, any learning is an iterative process. మనం కూడా చదువుకోకపోతే మనం మర్చిపోతాం. కాబట్టి ఈ iterative process లో they should be encouraged to go through what they have written. And we need to certainly connect them and also correct them. Ee rojullo it's very, very easy. In fact, I conduct a weekly mentoring class for civil service aspirants online. There are about 40 of them. The other day I went to Tanuku. Tanukulo, I addressed this gathering of about 1800 girl students, degree college. It's a private degree college. And after the session, they said 160 of them would like to join the civil service preparation. They would like to join the online coaching or mentoring class. We are going to watch their performance for a period of 6 months. These 6 months low, వాళ్ళని preparatory steps, when we make them go through the preparatory steps, and if we find that they are useful and if they are prepared and then willing to undertake this journey, we will see that they all get into a crack IAS program conducted by an online coaching institution in Delhi. And this will be free for the student, but will be paid by a very inspired NRI from US. He will pay an amount of ₹1,00,000 for each one of the students who will get into the civil service coaching. But I need to watch them for a minimum of 6 months period to be able to make a judgment that this student, this boy or girl, will be able to prepare himself or herself for the civil services. So opportunities are opening up. IT వచ్చిన తర్వాత the difference between urban and rural has almost diminished. Information technology యొక్క ముఖ్యమైన పరిణామం ఏంటంటే the obliteration of the advantage between urban and rural students. If you have good connectivity in any place, and you, most of the, luckily for the leaders and administrators in the Telugu speaking states, most of the villages have good connectivity. Your net connectivity is good. It is being improved. And as you know, we have all the gram panchayats are now being connected with optic fiber. Almost all the gram panchayats are already connected with optic fiber in the 2 Telugu speaking states. Optic fiber lekapothe, a man like Elon Musk. Have you heard of Elon Musk? Have any of
Yes,
you?
sir. He's a great technocrat, sir.
So what is his contribution? Ever meer పరిచయం చేసుకుని చెప్తారా?
My name is Prasad, sir. Earlier I have spoken with you earlier.
Right.
So Elon Musk is a
Elon
technocrat.
Musk contribution ఏమిటి?
He launched what you call to reach space, sir, space ships, and he has a company SpaceX.
That is as far as rockets are concerned. Okay, spacecraft, aeronautics.
And
I am talking of his contribution. I am talking of his contribution to communication.
Communication, no idea, sir. But he
Any
planned
idea?
to launch.
Anybody else? Anybody else would like to throw on this? Elon Musk's contribution to communications. Elon Musk, through his Starlink, is sending 1,200 satellites into the space. 1,200 satellites, and these satellites will connect every part of the world. Every part of the world, including the farthest of areas, through the towers, through the basic communication infrastructure, which means that the communications will reach out to the farthest point on this planet. So in the next 2 to 3 years, the Starlink, or the equivalent of Starlink by Government of India, will reach out to every village. So this is the opportunity that is available for the students in the villages in terms of education, in terms of health, in terms of animal husbandry, in terms of commerce, in terms of agriculture. Every aspect of all these sectors will be completely loaded in the software programs of these tools. Every individual, like we have learned to do a lot of work during pandemic sitting at home, every aspect of the individual is going to be linked up to this digital or electronic world. Kabatti, we need to make full use of these opportunities, link up with institutions, and every college, Nadristlo, is capable of linking up with the CSIR lab, find out what work they are doing. They'll be very happy. There are any number of internship opportunities available. Any number of internship opportunities available in most of the CSIR labs. And these CSIR labs and DRDO labs are there, almost nearing 100 of them all over the country. Number one. Number two, Mr. Dave Virlapatu is from Nalgonda district. He's an NRI. He has got his S2 Tech. He is providing a lot of free entrepreneurial development programs to students. How to transform students into entrepreneurs. We have already conducted 2 programs in association with the IITs of Andhra Pradesh. And then this year, we will look to a lot of activity in Telangana with the engineering students, with the science students, and also with the other students. ఈ internship program lo, ఈ entrepreneurial development programs lo, major effort will be made to improve their English language. The students will be encouraged to write about an individual who inspired them, a 15-page note. The student will also be encouraged to prepare a YouTube video about that individual. And the student would also be encouraged to prepare a 10-page note on a scientific institution of his or her choice. So this is the manner in which we thought we will be able to expose these students. And I find there is a need to expose even lecturers to these institutions. After my interaction, I find that the knowledge of these institutions needs to be, on the part of the lecturers also, needs to be substantially stepped up. So make full use of these opportunities, make use of the IT. In fact, I conduct every second and fourth Monday Zoom session for a group called Teachers as Change Agents. Teachers as Change Agents. There are about 170 members in that. All teachers are welcome to join this group. Now that the group limit is 500 and odd, 512, there is no problem. Once you join this group, I expect these teachers to exchange information in a very scientific manner. In fact, we have a session, a brainstorming session on the 7th of this month with teachers who are already members. We would like to hear from them how they would like to carry forward some of these ideas in terms of an implementable project. This group is called Teachers as Change Agents. Every month, there are 2 Zoom sessions pertaining to this group. There are a number of professors, number of scientists from NIN, from IICT, etc., who are members of this group. There are a number of former vice chancellors as part of this group. So if you join, you will have the opportunity of listening. In fact, recently we have had an opportunity of listening to Dr. Bhanu Prakash Reddy and Dr. Rajgopal. Dr. Rajgopal from Trivandrum. He is called father of palliative care. What is palliative care? Can anybody tell me? What is palliative care? Have you heard of
that
this?
should be,
Yeah?
sir, for the cancer patients and other types of sir, Dr. Achita, sir.
Achita garu cheppanడి.
Patients ailments toti suffer ayye patients ku after the treatment we have to take care, and during the treatment also, that is called as palliative care.
Right. Those who are suffering.
Sir, one more
from
thing, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, shall I talk for? Sir,
Yeah,
palliative
please.
treatment is even the terminal patients where there is no medicine at all.
Right.
Then palliative treatment for till the end of the life, palliative treatment is given
Dr.
to them
Divakar,
not to
is it?
suffer much.
Divakar garu.
Yes, sir. I'm Dr. Divakar from Vizag, sir.
Right. Kindly go ahead, Dr. Divakar.
And yeah, it is not palliative treatment is for terminal patients to reduce the intensity of the disease, to be able to overcome or to be able to అంటే వ్యాధితో ఎక్కువగా బాధపడకుండా అడ్జస్ట్ అయిపోతూ దాంతో సహజీవనం చేస్తారు తప్ప తగ్గించడం. Yes,
it is pain management. And you know who is called the father of palliative care? It is Dr. Rajgopal, who is a good friend, who is known to me. He is from Trivandrum. He has been working in the direction of reducing the pain of those, as rightly pointed out by Dr. Divakar, of how do you reduce the pain.
Teachers as change agents?
Pardon?
Teachers as can I change these teachers as change agents? Me group undi ga sir, me attend avvacha?
That's what I'm saying. It's a group which I welcome all of you to join the group.
Ante how anedi cheppandi sir koddiga.
You just make a note of my number, Bharti garu.
Yeah, cheppandi sir.
Can you? I'll type out my number. Otherwise, I'll type out my number.
Sir,
yeah, teachers as change agents. Yeah, that's my number. You can join the group called Teachers as Change Agents.
Link share chesi.
Jane, you can share the link also.
I think that WhatsApp link I can't, sir, because you are admin for that group.
Right. Okay. Now, anybody who wants to join this group can just send me a message. We will add them. Okay. Teachers as change agents. Right. Now, I think I'll stop it at this and then take some questions. Is that okay, Mr. Tirupati?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, our degree college lecturers and junior college principal eagerly waiting for our discussion with you, sir. Sir, please give access
I'm
for
open. See,
Dr. Venkateshwarlu sir. Dr. Venkateshwarlu sir garu, principal GDC Kadem, Nirmal district, GDC Kadem, Dr. Venkateshwarlu sir garu.
Venkateshwarlu,
Please
kindly go
unmute
ahead.
yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Dr. Venkateshwarlu, Principal, Government Junior College, Kadem, sir. When I was
I'm glad your project is safe. There were some threats to the project the other day.
Sir, yes.
Kadem project.
Yes, sir. But now
I'm glad it survived the onslaught.
Now it is safe in zone.
Right.
Sir.
Please go ahead. Japani.
Sir, really, I'm very happy to participate this particular session. And I would like to narrate a few things regarding when you assumed as a Commissioner of Intermediate Education, really a wonderful reforms had been made. Especially already Lakshman Reddy sir told that particular AGMC, it is really a wonderful one, and now also it is being conducted in our junior colleges, sir. And coming to another one thing I would like to tell regarding this particular prevention of students' suicides. Really, this is a wonderful project you have started in the year 2015, September. And you have visited, I think, almost several districts and interacted with the stakeholders like students, parents, and college managements, and some other business magnates and some other things. Okay.
Now, what is it you would like to do? Forget what I have done or what I have not done.
No. This is a platform to know the things what you have taken steps, and that can be continued in a future manner. That's why I'm narrating all these things. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
And
మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ ఏంటి వెంకటేశ్వర గారు?
సార్
మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ వెంకటేశ్వర గారు, మీ సబ్జెక్ట్ ఏంటి?
సార్ బాటనీ సార్.
ఓకే, వెరీ గుడ్.
Botany.
There is a center for medicinal and aromatic plants in Lucknow.
Sir.
So it's something to do with your subject. So మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా అవకాశం ఉంటే వెళ్ళరండి. I can establish the linkage.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, I will visit once.
And there is a center, there is an institute, Northeastern Institute of Science and Technology at Jorhat. At Jorhat ki nenu kuda velladam jarigindi. There are only 500 varieties of ginger.
Jorhat in Assam, I think.
Jorhat in Assam.
Yes, sir.
ఆ జోర్హాట్ లో ఆ సెంటర్ లో 500 రకాల అల్లం అందులో ఉన్నాయి.
Wonderful.
They have preserved the genes and what they have preserved the genetic material. So I mean these are all very interesting, exciting things for us. కాబట్టి మన ప్రొఫెషన్ కి సంబంధించి విషయాలు తెలిస్తే విల్ బి సర్టన్లీ. అండ్ ఫిజిక్స్ లెక్చరర్స్ ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ ఎవరైనా? ఎనీ ఫిజిక్స్ లెక్చరర్స్? Physics teachers, sir? Can they declare themselves? Any physics teacher? Where is the National Physical Laboratory and what is its significant contribution in independent India? National Physical Laboratory, and what is the significant contribution of NPL? National Physical Laboratory, which is at Delhi. the significant, anybody would like to say anything? Now, the National Physical Laboratory in Delhi is the organization, it's a CSIR lab, which brought out the indelible ink. Indelible ink. And indelible ink, we have an experience of watching it, isn't it? Indelible ink. National Physical Laboratory has brought out the indelible ink. Similarly, the CCMB was closely associated with the development of vaccine in association with the vaccine makers, both at Serum Institute and at Hyderabad, the Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. So is the institute at Lucknow, the Center for Drug Research Institute. They have been able to establish the fact that the hysterectomies among women, they debilitate the women, and that results in the bone strength coming down, and they developed suitable over a period of time, and they developed suitable drugs for this, for bringing back to the women the bone strength. Kabatti, each one of these scientific institutions have been able to make a significant contribution. Similarly, the DRDO institutions in Assam have been able to bring up the mosquito repellents. In fact, you can find a lot of mosquito repellents. Most of them have been developed at the DRDO institutions. They have subsequently been given to various firms for marketing purpose. Now, the point I'm trying to submit for your consideration is, manaki teliyali. విజ్ఞులమైన మనం సమాజంలో అత్యంత మేధావి వర్గానికి చెందిన మనం మనకి ఈ విషయాలు తెలియకపోతే there is no way we can spread this message to our students. You need to be excited. You need to be really getting inspired by the day. In fact, can some of you tell me what is the lifespan now? What is the lifespan of an Indian? Any of you? ఎవరైనా సరే, biology, zoology, botany, ఎవరైనా సరే, civics, economics. What is the lifespan of an Indian now? చాలా తేలిక ప్రశ్న అడిగాను అనుకుంటున్నాను. 80.
60 to 70.
It cannot be as vague as that, sir. Today, it is about 70 years. The lifespan of an Indian is 70. And women are living longer, 72, and men are dying younger. The reasons are very obvious. Why women are living longer and men are dying younger. A lot of their lifestyles. Can anybody tell me what was the lifespan of an Indian at the time of independence? A question I asked in almost all the sessions, and where the response was very, very disappointing. Can you tell me what was the lifespan of an Indian at the time of independence?
40 to 44. 45.
It was 31 years.
Oh.
Lifespan of an Indian at the time of independence was 31 years. And you can imagine the manner in which people are living longer. And take it from me, there will be very soon, we'll be reaching the lifespan of 80. It is 70 now, we'll be reaching 80. And a significant number of people, according to the Wall Street Journal, will be living up to 125 years. 125. You already saw a gentleman who received the Padma Shri from the President of India recently. 126 years. I think that's his age. That's what was said. 120 years, very significant number of people will be living. So how do you plan for your post-retirement life? How do you ensure that the students prepare themselves? All the students, you be assured that they will live up to 100 unless they spoil their life. Unless they spoil their life, all the students who are in their 15, 16, 17, 20 age group will definitely live up to 100 as they age, as they grow. So you need to prepare them for a very healthy life, healthy food, avoiding unnecessary material, getting involved in the process of the preparation of food items, growing our own gardens, vegetable gardens in our premises. In fact, Gandhiji has repeatedly done it in all the ashrams, the 4 ashrams that he established during his lifetime, 2 in South Africa and 2 in this country. So the point I'm making is people are going to live longer. And you have to plan for this kind of a long life of people who will have more and more ages. And the nation will also age. Today it's a very young nation, but very soon the problems of old age will also start coming in. So you need to prepare them for these kinds of problems. Okay. Any other person would like to say anything? Would like to ask me anything? Any other questions?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Kindly introduce yourself and make your point.
I'm Prasad, sir. Prasad.
Yeah.
Sir, after COVID, we are unable to get back the students from intermediate or degree or engineering or like that. So what steps we should take to get back the students? Though we are enthusiasm, though we are showing the students interest, those attending, but we are able to get all the students to attend this. Some students they
are all admitted. Like they are all on your rolls.
Yes, sir.
వాళ్ళందరూ మీ రోల్స్ లోనే ఉన్నారు కదా?
ఉంటారు, డిగ్రీలో ఉంటారు, ఇంటర్లో, పీజీలో కూడా ఉంటున్నారు.
Start speaking to them
after COVID.
Start speaking to them at their convenience through Zoom calls. That's all. Because some of them may be working. Probably నేను intermediate లో కూడా చూసాను. 30 to 40% of the students are working at any point of time because it's a necessity for them. And some of them work during summer during some part of the year, get some money and buy some books with that. Kabatti, this is a reality in government colleges. You should try to reach out to them through the Zoom calls. And most of them, I think, have smartphones. Most of the students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously, they have, sir, because they used to attend the classes online also sometimes.
Correct. If they are not coming, there must be a reason. Ask them what is the reason. The reason, according to me, is economic. They must be working somewhere. And I think it's best to reach out to them and through the online method to the extent possible, and see whether you can reach out to them. I know it's a problem. It's a problem in a number of places, particularly where there are no hostels or where there are no facilities for working. And a lot of people work part-time. Government colleges to chadukune pillalu. And particularly if you have a very good crop harvesting kani agricultural operations kuda veltu untaru. Avuna kada?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sometimes they are doing part-time job, other jobs also. Sometimes.
Correct. And ippudu transport tarvata tourism sector malli when it is coming back, I think they have some avenues of employment, so you can't prevent them. That's the problem.
Online jobs, sometimes they are working as a delivery boys for the Zomato, Swiggy.
And if your ONDC comes up, ONDC effective, most of them will get absorbed as delivery boys. I mean, those who do not have much work, they will certainly get absorbed. And today I checked up with some of these online delivery boys. Hyderabad lo, some of them are earning about 40 to 50,000 rupees a month. 40 to 50,000 rupees, and they are studying part-time. So these are 40 నుంచి 50,000. I asked the big basket fellow, I asked the Blinkit chap, I asked others. They are getting about 40 to 50,000. Kabatti Vani, these are all the realities of life. Okay, any other point? Anybody else would like to say anything? So, Principal Garu,
Sir, చెప్పండి సార్.
would you like to add anything and probably wind up?
ఓకే సార్, మేము ఈ సంవత్సరం ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసాం సార్ వాళ్ళకి ఇంగ్లీష్ డెవలప్మెంట్ అంతా క్యాంపస్ అంతా కూడా ఇంగ్లీష్ లోనే మాట్లాడడం మేము డెవలప్ చేస్తున్నాం సార్. మేము ఆల్రెడీ పిల్లలకు చెప్పడం జరిగింది సార్. మీరు చెప్పిన దాన్ని ఇంతకు ముందే మేము ఈ యొక్క ఇయర్ స్టార్టింగ్ లోనే మేము అది అడ్వాన్స్ గా ప్లాన్ చేసుకున్నాం సార్.
వండర్ఫుల్. దెన్ డిజిటల్ ఎడిషన్ ఆఫ్ హిందూ ఒకటి కూడా మీరు మొదలు పెట్టిస్తే బాగుంటుంది.
చేస్తాం సార్, అది కూడా చేస్తాం సార్, మీ అడ్వైస్ తో అది కూడా చేస్తాం సార్.
రైట్, అండ్ వాళ్ళ చేత రాయించాలి. See, writing practice is of the essence.
ఓకే సార్.
వాళ్ళ హ్యాండ్ రైటింగ్ కూడా చాలా ఇంప్రూవ్ కావాల్సిన అవసరం.
అవును సార్, చాలా అవసరం సార్. అవును.
Yeah. Any other person would like to say anything?
Can you throw some light about the management education, sir? I'm the MBA faculty basically.
See, the management education is probably
MBA, BBA like that. How to meet the current market needs?
The only way you do it is through a market survey. You see, ఎవరైనా కూడా ఏ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ స్టార్ట్ చేయవలసిన వాడు కూడా ముందర తన మార్కెట్ సర్వే చేస్తాడు. మార్కెట్ సర్వే చేస్తున్నప్పుడు I think what you have to do is find out what is the, you see, there are a number of state level agencies like the District Industry Center, the District Industry Center, number one. Number two, the labor department, which registers all establishments. The labor department, which registers all establishments together with the manpower. And number three, what are the economic activities that have come up in the last 5 years in that particular area? I find that the coordination between the educational institutions, the District Industry Center, the State Finance Corporation at the district level, the General Manager DIC, కొంచెం దాని స్థాయి పెరగాల్సిన అవసరం కూడా. రెండోది ఇన్క్యుబేటర్, pardon, yes, sorry,
EDCs, Entrepreneur Development Cells, MSMEs.
Correct, MSMEs, that's right. రెండోది ఈ యాక్టివిటీస్ కి ముందరే కొంత వాళ్ళు మార్కెట్ సర్వే కూడా చేయాలి. మార్కెట్ సర్వే అంటే ఫర్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్, now if metaverse is coming up, ఈ metaverse యొక్క implications health కి ఏమిటి, ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కి ఏమిటి, ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ కి ఏమిటి, అగ్రికల్చర్ కి ఏమిటి అనే ఒక విచక్షణ కూడా మనం చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. And any management education today, according to me, will gradually fade and it will get subsumed in various disciplines. ఇందాక నేను చెప్పినట్టుగా ఈ ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ డిసిప్లిన్స్ లోనే it gets subsumed. Engineering లో management education will get subsumed. Medicine law, management education will get subsumed. So how do you link up with these different branches? Because a lot of healthcare needs will change. Lot of agricultural related activities, pesticides, fertilizers, organic cultivation, all these are going to determine the future of the cultivation in this country. Water conservation. కాబట్టి వీటన్నిటికీ సంబంధించిన ఒక లోకల్ నాలెడ్జ్ కూడా ఆ ఇండివిజువల్ కి అవసరం. అండ్ ఫర్ ది ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఆల్సో ఇట్ ఈస్ అబ్సల్యూట్లీ ఎసెన్షియల్. దెన్ ది బేసిక్ డేటా విల్ బి ద డేటా రిలేటింగ్ టు ది మొబైల్స్. హూ ఆర్ ఆల్ ది ఫెలోస్ హూ హావ్ స్మార్ట్ ఫోన్స్? Who are all the fellows who are now doing a lot of trade? Now, ONDC ఇందాకనే చెప్పారు, ఓపెన్ నెట్వర్క్ ఆఫ్ డిజిటల్ కామర్స్. ఈ ONDC యొక్క ఇంప్లికేషన్స్ ఏమిటి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా చదువుకుంటే తెలుసుకుంటే I think your management education will become that much sharpened. But let me tell you, management will get subsumed in the respective fields. Science, there will be management. Arts, there will be management. Medicine, there will be management. That's why healthcare management courses will come up. Healthcare management courses will come. They're already coming up. Medical colleges are now tying with the idea. A number of private institutions like Arvind Eye Care, they are now introducing certificate programs. Certificate programs relating to the provision of healthcare, rudimentary healthcare. You don't need a specialist today to give a treatment or to find out the disease relating to your refractory errors. Arvind Eye Care or LV Prasad, it is a technician who determines what is needed for the eye. I'm talking of 50 to 60% of the eye care being provided by a technician, not a doctor. You don't need a doctor to provide that. There are about 230 to 40 eye centers. They are called vision centers. Vision centers run by LV Prasad in the states of Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Odisha. So the LV Prasad run vision centers are manned by a technician who is trained by the LV Prasad. Similarly, Arvind Eye Care Madurai has a number of outreach centers, vision centers, where it is the technician who prescribes the medicine, who prescribes the specs. And at this vision center, the specs are also delivered. The specs are manufactured. Manufactured in the sense the glass is cut, the frames are available, and they are dispensed across the table. So if a person goes to a vision center and in a matter of 2 hours, in a remote corner of Adilabad, you will get a pair of specs with the help of a vision center which is manned by a technician. So these kinds of situations are coming up. Similarly, financial literacy. Number of programs are now being started by Government of India in financial literacy. Financial literacy were various groups, including domestic housewives, homemakers, etc. If financial literacy also need to be subsumed as part of your MBA program, but more and more MBAs will get subsumed in their respective sectoral education efforts.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you so much for your very multidisciplinary information, how we can mingle, how an Indian MBA students or management education, people can mingle with all the disciplinaries. Thanks a lot, sir.
And a lot of management education is also possible in general education departments, you see, schools, colleges. So that kind of an effort also will be needed. More and more professionalization is taking place. Professional managers are also being taken into those institutions. Mr. Tirupati, any other points?
Sir, J. Achyuta Devi Madam Garu, Principal of RBVR Women's College, Autonomous. Yeah. Madam, please welcome, Madam.
Achyuta Garu, kindly go ahead.
Sir, it is very valuable information, sir. Really, it is inspiring, and we do our level best, sir. Yes, there is a role of a teacher as well as a role of principal. Principal have to motivate, and principal should take steps towards all these things, sir. It is highly informative, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And I congratulate the organizers for organizing such a wonderful lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam. Now I would like to invite Dr. Ahmad Abdul Alim Khan, Assistant Professor, Telangana University, Department of Botany. Ali Khan, sir. Okay. Jyotilakshmi Madam Garu. Jyotilakshmi Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology. Head Department of Zoology. Hello? Anybody else? Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Sir?
You are audible, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Principal, sir. Principal, sir.
Sir, చెప్పండి sir.
Shall we go into
Now
wind
close.
up the session?
Yes,
Shall we-
yes. You
Okay.
you conclude it. You conclude it.
So before conclude, I would like to invite. This is a session for our vote of thanks for our honorable by the with the permission of our honorable principal, Dr. Y. Satyanarayana sir, Srimati
sir.
E. Josna madam garu, lecturer in
Okay.
English, our
Yes,
government
permitted,
degree
sir.
college for women, JAGTIAL. Madam, please welcome and propose vote of thanks to our today's keynote speaker, Josna madam garu. Josna madam is here. Madam. Josna madam.
మీరు లేకపోతే మీరే కన్క్లూడ్
Okay.
చేయండి. సునీత మేడం ఉందా? సునీత మేడం ఉందా?
చూస్తున్నాను.
ఎస్, జోత్స్న మేడం ఉన్నట్టుంది కదా. మేడం కన్క్లూడ్ చేయండి.
Okay, sir. Madam is here. Madam is unable to unmute herself.
Okay, you can conclude.
Okay. Madam is again joining. Okay.
Wait for some time. Huh?
This is a wonderful, this is a great webinar, wonderful webinar, because the uninterrupted 3 hours, more than 3 hours for today's keynote speaker is explained wonderfully. Because of this, these days, Sir has given a wonderful session. He is in younger age, more than from 25 to 40 years age. So we expect, we imagine Sir has much of concern about the subject, and also the duty minded, his dedication and determination, and his strong devotion is ultimate. Now I would like to invite
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Am I audible now?
Okay, okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jyotsna, lecturer in English, Government Degree College for Women, JAGTIAL. And initially, I extend a warm welcome to all the people in the gathering, and I congratulate all the organizing committee. So a good teacher is a one who can inspire hope and instill a love of learning. This code will be absolutely fit for today's program. It's been really a wonderful, wonderful session, an informative session for us, sir. So it's such an honor for me to express my gratitude to all the esteemed personalities on behalf of the entire fraternity of GDCW JAGTIAL. So initially, I take privilege to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our honorable chief guest and today's keynote speaker, Dr. D. Chakrapani Garu, retired IAS and presently DG HRD, Andhra Pradesh, former Commissioner of Intermediate Education, Andhra Pradesh, to take time out for us and grace this occasion. Thank you, sir, for inspiring and encouraging us with your words on this special day. I'm sure we'll greatly benefit from your opinions and thoughts today. You've shown a great path for us at present era. Okay, thank you very much, sir. And also, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Principal, Dr. Y. Satyanarayan Garu, for his unceasing support and motivation to make all these things possible. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Without your support, we can't make all these things. And also, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to our Honorable Vice Principal, Dr. Masroor Sultana Garu, who is really a true inspiration for so many. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your diligent support. And also, I'd like to express my gratitude to our Honorable IQAC Coordinator, State Best Teacher Awardee for this academic year, Dr. Harzot Kaur Garu, for her sincere motivation and support for us. And I also express my gratitude to all the head of the departments, especially the head of the Department of Botany and convener of this webinar, Sri Chandraya Garu, for his constant support. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your support. And I'm most thankful all the organizing committee for their sincere efforts. And I mentioned my deep sense of appreciation to make this event successful. And I also extend my special thanks to all the technical team. And I also extend my big thanks to all the family members of GDCW JAGTIAL from all the aspects, from non-teaching to principals. So everybody was included here, and for their enormous cooperation within the institution. Thank you very much, everyone. And also, our sincere gratitude goes to all the aspirants and esteemed personalities from various regions of our country for being here, being with us today. And we immensely thankful to all the parents and well-wishers for your rock-solid support. And last but not least, a big thank you for all the persons on the screen and off the screen. And I really thankful to all the organizing committee for giving this opportunity to me in the presence of a legendary personality, Dr. D. Chakrapani Garu. Thank you one and all. Thank you one and all for making me as a part of this webinar. And before winding up this session, sir, just I want to say few things, sir. Whatever you said earlier in this program, very recently we introduced English club in our college, sir. So the two faculty members have shared the work burden and workload itself, and we are organizing every Saturday as a language club day. So every day our students have been collecting 3 new words and they are noting down on the notice board also. And also they have been trying to make some YouTube videos, and the newspaper reading session also have been going on every day. So whatever the words you share here for the empowerment of communication skills, definitely will follow. And thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity, sir. Thank you. And I'm handed over this session to Padala Tirupati, sir. Tirupati, sir. Just please carry on. Tirupati, sir. Are you there?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir. I handed over this session to our honorable principal, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Fine. This will end. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
అన్నం కూడా చాలా ఉంది కదా.
రోజు పెట్టేదాన్ని స్టేటస్ అంటారా డీపీ అంటారా? రోజు పెట్టేదాన్ని
Okay, madam. Thank you, all dignitaries. Thank you very much for your participation, and thank you for your kind cooperation and support for making of this webinar a grand success. Thank you very much. Bharati Madam Garu, thank you very much. Leave
వస్తున్నారా కానీ ఫస్ట్ ఎక్కడ